Hey everyone, it's me, your favorite Sparkle Girl, aka King Sparkle. So yeah, and today, some of you probably able to remember that I did mention that I really done a similar video to this last year, but last I checked, the editor wasn't working properly, and yes, the audio can go on and off the last time, but luckily I got different headphones, which is good news. So yeah. So anyway, let's just move on. Okay. So let's say I'm doing a Grimm Fairy Tale Classic. Well, the thing is, I'm not sure if any of you know the show. It's okay if some of you who have seen this before, as I did. Let's just say, because I remember watching some of the episodes from the DVDs as a kid. But sadly, I don't have the DVDs anymore for a reason because, well, I will explain it in a minute, but let's just skip to the episodes. So yeah, and just before I could start, I'm just going to talk about the ones that I watched the most, just to let you guys know, because I can't review those that I haven't seen because it wouldn't make any sense now, would it? So I hope you guys can understand. So anyway, the very first episode that I watched as a kid was Hansel and Gretel. So believe me or not, as a kid I used to get scared of the witch. No, believe me, it is true. But believe me or not, but people were thinking whether if the Wicked Witch was Hansel and Gretel's stepmother in disguise or not. Well, that is a curious question for all of us to get the answer to. So could be her, we never know, but I don't know. Maybe, but still. And to be honest, the episode was really good. To be honest, except at the end when Hansel and Gretel faces the fire of the witch's face. Oh my god, actually creepy. Even though I didn't even see that as a kid, which is a good thing. I mean, uh, let's just say in the Japanese version, they had a face in the fire, but in the English version, they cut that scene off for good reason, because people might get scared of it. So yeah. But the only thing I get scared of the witch was when she transformed into the witch, and when she turned into that monstrous demon, and again when she transformed into skeleton creature. Oh my goodness, it's so creepy. Like that's 3 times in a row that when she transforms. Oh my god. But believe me or not, I just wow. Okay. And And to be honest, I kind of like the way Gretel deals the witch on her own while Hansel is trying to deal by trying to get out of the cage which the witch locked him in. Yes. So yeah, I just, well. But I did like the ending scene when Hansel and Gretel reunite with their father. Yeah, the huntsman. Yeah, or the woodcutter, whatever. So yeah. Okay. It just depends on the story really, because sometimes Um, Hansel and Gretel's father can either be a huntsman or a woodcutter, who chop down trees. It just depends on which ones that you watched or read as a book. You get what I mean? So yeah. So the next episode after that is The Frog Prince. No, not Princess and the Frog, because that's just the Disney version of the story. Because in the original story, it's just called The Frog Prince because some of you probably obviously know anyway, because it's about a prince who's actually the frog. Yeah, the frog is the prince the whole time during the whole story. But the princess doesn't even know that until the very end. Because let's just say the princess was very obnoxious, rude, ignorant, and selfish. But But in the end, she was starting to feel sorry and guilty after the way she treated the frog. And that's when she realized that she'd gone too far. And then she was crying and all that. And then suddenly the prince revealed. And that's when the prince told the princess that she'd broken the spell. Wow. Yeah. But I won't tell the whole details in case those of you haven't seen it. So yeah. But that's all I can say. And the next episode that I seen was Little Red Riding Hood. Yep. I love that episode to be honest. Every time Little Red is just so smart. She's very cheerful and she's very cheering as in she's always a light of smile. She always like, hello everyone, have a nice day. Yep, so like that. I sometimes can be like that from time to time, but not always, but it just depends on the mood. Yeah. So yeah. And that episode actually teaches us about no trusting or talking to any strangers. So yeah, as in stay away from strangers. It doesn't matter if they're nice or not. You should never ever go any near or trust strangers because you never know what's gonna happen to you. So yeah. And that's why your parents can be overprotective of you. So yeah. And yes, I kind of like the end scene when the wolf got, well, let's just say he got defeated. Bad luck, Mr. Wolf. Yeah, I don't like the wolf that much as a kid. Let's just say, the way he was singing, oh my god, ugly singing ever. Ugh. Okay, maybe I'll get dramatic here. And then the next episode was the Golden Goose. I kind of like that episode to be honest. I mean, the way the goose makes people got glued to each other, as in it's like you're making oh what's it called? It's like there's the Pied Piper and there's mice following you behind you. Well, something like that. But the moment if your hands got touched by the golden goose wings or whatever, suddenly it just wow. You're in the line and people like watching you like what's going on here? Are we in a parade or something? Yep, something like that. Okay. Then the next episode was Puss in Boots. I have to be honest, I do like it, but somewhere near to the end when he has to face the sorceress, when he got, the one who turns into a lion and that, I don't like that scene very much as a kid. I was so scared of it, to be honest, when I was a kid. It doesn't seem to be bothering me like it used to be really, if I have to be honest with you boys and girls. Well, yeah. It's just the way the sorceress looks like. Those red eyes, pointy ears. Oh my goodness. And that green face. Ugh. Okay. Maybe I'm a bit get a bit overexcited to talk about this. Okay, sorry. But especially the scene when he got turned into a lion. I didn't like that lion scene than you possibly imagine as a kid. But like I said, it doesn't bother me as it used to. Okay. And there's a next episode after that, well, the, the ones that I watched, I mean, is Snow White and Rose Red. Now, this is definitely a different story compared to the Snow White one, the one that we all know and love. But Snow White and Rose Red, like I said, it's a completely different story. It's just about two young sisters who live together with their mother, and they're like minding their business, and there's a nasty evil gnome, and somehow he turned um, one of the young prince into a bear, and there's another prince who is looking for his older brother, and yeah, something like that. And let's just say Snow White fell in love with the prince, the one who turned into a bear, and while Rose Red fell in love with the other prince, the one that she saved. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, well, believe me, that's just the way the story is. Until the next episode after that is actual Snow White episode. Just about Snow White. But this Snow White is a completely different character to the one from the episode that I just mentioned just then. So this Snow White, well, she's a bit like the Disney version, except that she's only 12 years old, if I have to be honest. I'm not so sure if she is, but she does look like she is 12 to me. So yeah, And yes, well, to be honest, I was disappointed at the very end of the episode because, well, it's only because she has this sort of friend called Klaus, and he helps her all the time. But like I said, it's kind of disappointing about the ending because she got married to a prince instead of Klaus. I mean, she could have gone with Klaus instead, not the prince. I mean, because they both are best friends throughout the episode. I mean, let's just say if some of you who have seen it, you probably know like what I'm getting at. So yeah, because I just love the connection as the friendship between Snow White and Klaus. Yeah, yeah, believe me, I just love the episode so much. I just ship Snow White and Klaus so hard as anyone else who have seen the episode. But for some reason, the episode is like a 1 hour. I mean, all the episodes are just like, I don't know how many minutes the episodes are, but apart from Snow White, it's like a 1 hour episode. Because I believe in the Japanese version, they separated Snow White in 4 episodes. Like part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4. Like, oh my god. So anyway, so the next episode after that I have watched was The Water of Life. Yeah. I liked the episode, but the prince's older brother, he's a jerk. Ugh. I mean, seriously, I don't like him very much. He's evil, I'm telling ya. Well, some of you probably know what I'm getting at, especially you, Sophie, if you've seen the episode. So yeah. Oh boy. But I do like the relationship between the prince and the princess. Prince Joseph and Princess Anna, they're so cute together. Yeah. But Joseph's brother, like I said, he's a nasty old jerk. He doesn't even care anyone else but himself. And he's always obsessed of being the king. Yeah, and he's so jealous of his own brother. Oh my god. What kind of brother is he? Well, you can guess. Okay. Oh well, next episode, well, I probably don't want to mention the word, but some of you may know the episode anyway because you can see the picture. But still, I don't want to talk about it. Let's just say I have mixed feelings for the episode. Anyway, forget about that because I don't want to talk about it anymore. So yeah, and Jorinda and Joringle. Yeah, I had to be honest. That episode is really good. Well, I didn't like the scene when that nasty witch. She was disguised as a cat, and then she's just sort of transformed Jorinda into a bird. Oh my god! And then trapped Dorinda along with the other girls as a bird in cages. Oh my goodness. But it's up to Ringo to save his girlfriend and all the other rest of the girls. So yeah. But happy endings is a good ending for me. And it's Bright Rose, I have to say, I love it. And yes, I do like it. Yeah. But there's nothing wrong with it, of course. But I don't like the witch though. Yeah. And there's another episode I've watched before, and it's called King Bristlebeard. Yeah. And yes, well, the princess in this episode is being selfish and a brat and a jerk. Some of you probably might agree with me at this point because the way she behaves towards other people. I mean, just because you're a princess, it doesn't mean you need to be rude about other people's appearance or whatever. You should always respect people no matter who or what, because that's just the way things are in life. I mean, we may can't control other people's behaviors, but still, people should pause and for a second, you know. So anyway, and there's a next episode, and I also remember this one, the one now dancing shoes. I love the episode, but somewhere near to the end, when those 3 prince were actually the monsters in disguise. I mean, seriously, the way Genevieve and her two sisters were in a trance and they didn't even know that they're in a trap. Oh my goodness. But luckily, there's some fellow, as in a man, who, who secretly fell in love with Genevieve, who saved them just in time before the that the truth has revealed. That yeah. And it's Cinderella. Oh, you got to love this episode. Yeah, I just so ship Cinderella and her prince in this episode so much, as the way I shipped the Disney version of Cinderella and the prince. Yeah, and there's the marriage of Mrs. Fox. Well, I have to be honest, I do have mixed feelings for this episode. Sometimes it's confusing. The only reason why I'm mentioning this because Mrs. Fox husband in the episode was being a jerk. He's pretending to be dead, and then suddenly Mrs. Fox finds out, well, dead, even though he's not really dead. But you know what I mean, right? And then suddenly she decided to marry someone else. Yeah. Well, until sometime at the end when her husband finally just jumped, make everyone afraid, reveal the truth why he did it. Yeah. Oh my goodness. But I wouldn't blame Mrs. Fox though. I mean, none of this is Mrs. Fox's fault. It's Mr. Fox's fault, not Mrs. Fox. So yeah, but if there's who's saying that Mrs. Fox is to blame for this, then I'm sorry to disappoint you, but I think you should think before making conclusions. So yeah, and there's Beauty and the Beast. I have to be honest, I love this episode. I ship Maria and the Beast together so very much. Oh, but at the end, when Maria discovered her Beast is sort of dead on the ground, yeah, even though he's not really dead, but oh, you know what I mean. But yeah, suddenly seeing the magic came out of nowhere, suddenly transformed him back into his human self again. And that's why he reveals everything to her. Yeah, but that's a good ending. And they got married. Yeah, and there's the magic part. Yeah, I can't possibly blame the girl in the episode, but let's just say it's all down to that nasty witch who pretends to be her mother, and the way she sort of tricks the girl, as in like hypnotizing her to, well, I'm not sure whether the girl is really telling the truth or not, but she said that to the man at the end of the episode. Where, like I said, I'm not too sure is it really true or not, whether if the witch really did hypnotize her or not. It's getting confusing these days. Yeah, but still, that's just kind of curious. But, you know. Okay. And as for Rapunzel, I love the episode. So cute. And that witch, ugh, she gives me those creeps as a kid as well. And I do personally ship Rapunzel and her prince in this episode as well. Yep. And yes, I still can't believe they both had their own child in the episode. So yeah. And there's a next episode I watch and it's called The Old Woman in the Woods. Let's just say at first when I watch it on YouTube in the VHS version, it's all like fuzzy and you can't really hear the voices very well. It's all like croaky and all that. But I'm pretty sure some of you who has seen that video before may know what I mean. But yeah. But thankfully, to whoever uploads the episode in HD and full quality and all that, and a perfect audio where you can actually get able to hear them properly, I have to say thank you for that one. So yeah, and yes, I have to be really honest. The episode is really good. But I don't like the scene when the girl has to face that witch, and way the prince keeps talking through when the girl was in somewhere in this evil dark castle to stop that witch. I mean, it's just getting creepy every time. So yeah. And there's another episode I watched was Mother Holy. So yeah. I like the episode, but the girl's mother and her sister, I mean the girl's sister, well, let's just say, mm, well, they're not really nice to Helgard. Yeah, that's the girl's name, Helgard. I feel sorry for her though. I mean, the way her mother and her sister treated her is just so mean. But Mother Holy is very nice compared to her real mother. Yeah. And the other episode I remember is the Six Swans. Yeah. It's a bit like the Swan Princess, but completely different. Let's just say when Princess older brothers got turned into swans, and she's the only one who can save them by knitting these sort of blankets, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. So yeah. And I have to be honest, the way one of her brothers told her that she can't speak or make any noises out of her mouth for the rest of her life to keep on saving her brothers. Um, I think that's a really hard thing to do. I mean, but that's the only option that her brother could think of, to, you know, to turn the girl's brothers back into their human selves again. But luckily, it did at the end of the episode. Yep. And there's the coat of many colors. I love the episode, but the girl's father, ugh, he gives me these creeps when I was younger, and he still does. Oh my goodness. I mean, the way he behaves, obsessing to when he wants his own daughter to marry her. Ugh. I mean, okay, no, that is sick. I mean, don't get me wrong, I know he's old and that, but that's no excuse. I mean, that is just totally disgusting. You can't marry your own daughter just because you lost your wife. I wish, I mean, okay, I think I'm gonna be sick. Not really, but you probably know what I'm getting at. Okay. It's only because when the girl's mother told her father um, to promise not to marry anyone else who has the same beautiful blonde hair like hers. Yeah, well, that's just getting creepy every time. And I have to feel sorry for their daughter, the girl. I think her name was Aaliyah. Yeah, that's it, Aaliyah. Well, to be honest, I feel sorry for her for having the. But like I said, Aaliyah is well. She's like I said. I feel sorry for her. But luckily, she got married to her prince. Well, he's actually the king, really, but I just prefer to call him prince anyway because he's her love interest. Yeah. And there's another episode called Brother and Sister. I just love the episode. And I kind of felt shocking when Brother got transformed into a deer. Oh my goodness. Yeah. But at the end, he's happily back to his normal self again in his human form. Happy. Yeah. And yes. And I kind of feel disappointed when their stepmother, who was actually the witch the whole time, kidnapped her own stepdaughter and take her somewhere in some mountains. Oh my goodness. And there's another episode called Bearskin. I remember that one. To be honest, I didn't like the bit when that demon transformed into that bear into an actual bear skin. Oh my god, that's just creepy. I used to get scared of that as a kid. Not as a kid, but I would say a teenager. That's what I mean. But I have to be honest. I do love the episode when he met this other a man, and then went to meet his three daughters, but one of them were nice to him, because the other two were mean to him. But one of them is the middle daughter, and she's actually fell in love with him. And I'm happy for those two finally got married at the end of the episode. Yeah, and there's Rumpelstiltskin. Yeah, I remember this episode. Yeah. But Rumpelstiltskin is actually the villain in this episode, to be honest. I mean, I kind of have to say that the way he's obsessed on someone to kidnapping the girl's baby. Oh my goodness, that just came creepy. Okay. But luckily he's been defeated, and that's a good thing. So yeah. Okay, so anyway, I hope you guys enjoy my review on some of the episodes that I have watched. But the episodes that I have watched as a kid are Hansel and Gretel, The Frog Prince, Little Red Riding Hood, The Golden Goose, Puss in Boots, Snow White, whatever, and Cinderella and Beauty and the Beast and Rapunzel and Rumpelstiltskin. So these are the episodes that I have watched as a kid. But all the other rest of the episodes I have mentioned, I watched them on YouTube as a teenager. So yeah, okay. So anyway, I hope everyone understands that I may not be a huge fan of some episodes. So yeah, because some of the episodes that I haven't watched yet, even though I might should give them a chance, but still, I seen one of them about, and it's called A Demon in the Bottle or Spirits in the Bottle, something like that. And yes, but didn't like that episode, to be honest, because the ending was too scary for some people. And the other episode called the I forgot the name, but I know what it's called. But let's just say it's about a prince who's a jerk at first as a kid, but when he grows up, he's starting to become a bit nicer, and he met this princess from a different kingdom. To be honest, I love that episode. Yeah, okay. So anyway, I'll better get going, so I'll leave you guys to it. So bye everyone.